We talked about a lot tonight. A lot of people learning. A lot of people working out of the place that they have been groomed to work out of. Earlier, we were talking about value. We were talking about conquering and having achievements. We always believe that when you achieve something and you conquered it, you own it.
Yes.
But a lot of people, when they achieve something, they don't even know what achievement looks like. They don't know what it is. They don't have the power to operate from conquering something and knowing what ownership is, especially our people, okay? So tonight, I was getting something and I was like, wow, Lord, that's powerful, right? And when it was given to me, I was like, well, dang, sometimes when things are given to you, it takes a time for him to give it to you so you can wrap it all in and bring it in. When I speak to people, I'm not coming from a sense of you have to belong in this particular space for it to work for you. I believe no matter what religion, who you love, where you are in life, it is applicable, okay? So, we're going to talk about a stone. And a stone, it says, is a hard, solid substance found in the ground that is often used as building material, or a small piece of this inside of dirt is a stone. And I'm going to go back to, I want to give you a little bit of a background of my history and the reason why I can speak with such authority because of what I've been through, because of the achievements in what I've learned brought me here. So I'm not speaking from somebody who haven't experienced anything to know that what I'm going to dictate to you works or not. I'm speaking because it has worked. And it has worked for other people that I've spoken to. So, before I met my husband, as most women and people who are in, multiple different relationships, you might have children by some people that you've been in relationships with. You may not even have been married. You could have just had relationships with people and just been there for quite a few times. What I learned going through that was that when I met my husband, because like I said, I came from a fractured place. A person not just in stone, but stone-faced. Very angry from the situations and circumstances that I had to face growing up, being a light-skinned black woman.
Talk about it.
Somebody told me one time, you need to use your privilege. Excuse me? Yeah, you need to use your privilege. That light-skinned privilege. Can I tell you guys something, brothers and sisters? A light-skinned person does not grow up in the mindset of they have a privilege. They are growing up in the thought, in the frame of mind that I am just as black as you. Now, there are some people who are raised in all-white families who may have a different outlook because they've been raised differently. But I didn't look at myself thinking I'm having this white privilege. I'm looking at myself as a black woman and feeling like I'm going through the same struggles because just as you're going through struggles as a darker skinned black woman, I'm going through struggles as a light skinned black woman. So I'm looking at the struggle like, what are you talking about? So when you say white privilege, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Well, you guys get away with things that we don't get away with. Well, do we?
Yes.
Do we? Because a lot of people hate you because you have that black in you.
Wow.
They don't look at you like you should be using your white privilege. Right? So if somebody tells me use my white privilege, I'm just looking at you like you're ignorant. because you don't understand what I've had to go through in my life. Fighting, having my sisters hating me, not knowing why you're hated, not knowing about your history and slavery and how we were put against each other. I didn't know about that. In junior high school, in high school, my darker sisters didn't know why they hated me so much, that it was placed in the system and placed within our blood and we were raised like that. I didn't know that.
Talk about it.
But as I got older, you know, I began to understand a little bit more and a little bit more. And mind you, Holy Ghost is something else because I wasn't even going here. This was not even my conversation.
Following this.
So family, when we say get together, not only with our white allies, you know, we have to learn to love each other and not look at a person by the color of their skin and make an opinion and a judgment against them because of what you think they are based on their skin color. We come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. We have the color of the rainbow. Okay? So taking that there, I'm going to go to when I met my husband. And now I'm going into value. And I'm going to go talking about that stone that I brought up earlier. Because stone can mean a whole bunch of different things.
Oh, yeah.
So when I met my husband, like I said, I went through a lot, and it's a lot to explain to get you to that angry person that hated themselves. And I didn't know that going through everything I did when I was younger was going to make me hate myself. I hated my eyes, I hated my skin, I hated my hair. And this is touchy.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Very touchy. Because the sad thing is that we go through this, I go through this even to this day. I didn't know I was going to be hated because I'm black, but then have to fight for my blackness with my own people?
Come on, tell it.
You know, we are far, far away from being the remnant that God is looking for. If we can't even love ourselves, let alone the same skin color, we hate ourselves. So when I met my husband, you know, I used to tell, when we talked a while before, when we just met, before we actually got together, I was explaining to him what I used to go through in my everyday life, how I couldn't even go to the store, and I was such an angry person that you could just look at me and I'd be like, what the, you looking at? It was on. Like you wouldn't even believe that I will take off. Because I've been through somebody running up on me and hitting me, and that wasn't going to ever happen again. I'm going to let you know that if you want some, we going to go. Because that's where I was at. I didn't care. I felt like I had no value and nothing else to look for in my life. This is how my life is going to be, so I'm just going to live it. When I met my husband, he said, baby, he said, you're the cause of everything going on in your life when you're out. If you're having an argument or something happens, he said, it's not those people, it's you. I was like, what you mean it's me? You know, because I'm still there. He said, it's you. Now what I want you to do is do this. When you go out, when you go to the store, whatever you're doing in your everyday life, I want you to, if somebody looks at you, just smile. People used to tell me, when I asked them what the F they looking at, they'd be like, oh, you're so pretty. I wouldn't even say thank you. I just go, and walk away. That's how bad it was. No value of self. Because I had been dragged down so much because of people's assumptions of my looks that they were so caught up in, instead of the person that this was gone to me. You know, and I understood when I got older, you know, when you learn about slavery in the system and how we've been put against each other, light skin, dark skin, started in the slave times, in the house, light skin in the house, dark out in the cotton field. They put us together put us against each other from day one. But when I went and implemented what my husband told me to do, he said, just smile. Don't be mean, you know. Don't even ask nobody what they looking at. You know, don't say nothing, just smile. Smile. People used to always say, won't you smile? I'd be like, what for? You know, all the time. Won't you smile? Why are you so angry? Because you don't know my life and what I had to go through in my life. And then I started seeing something different. I was like, wow. People are responding to me. They're actually being nice. They're actually saying good things to me. You know, I'm actually feeling good inside. I'm feeling a little bit alive like a person. I feel like I'm actually mingling in society with people and the anger is going.
Yeah.
And now I couldn't believe it because I told him one day, I said, I feel like I'm going to live like this for the rest of my life. Like I'm in high school. You know, fighting everywhere, getting into arguments and all that. And then I learned the value. I started valuing myself and loving myself, you know, and not allowing others to be my teacher. We all have our challenges that have made us bitter and not like ourselves. Even when I was younger, I had a friend. She used to tell me, I don't want to go to the beach with you. Because I said, why, girl? All the guys are going to want to talk to you. Wow, that hurt me. Because I had guys tell me, girl, I don't talk to no light-skinned girls, you know. But it was because of her trauma and what she'd been through and her experiences, right? And so we have to learn from those experiences. And we have to move forward. We have to help each other heal. It's vitally necessary. Right? I've had people here go online to my husband. Oh yeah, you talking all that good black stuff, but you over there with that white girl.
Tell us your story.
I'm probably blacker than you. Because it's really not about this. Right? And if you are saying that, I understand the trauma. Because see, I can understand yours. Why? Because I knew mine. Right. So all them people that were saying that online, I said, that's sad. Because that trauma really got them. They really need help. They need to learn the value and the power of the black queen. But they don't know. So that's what these meetings are for. You know, it taught me not to reach back. Not to be that woman that looked back at Sodom and turned into a pillar of salt. But instead, I'm not turning back anymore and turning to that stone-faced woman. I had somebody to come along and to cultivate, to give information to me, to allow me to grow. Because all stones are not cement, it's not dirt. Some stones are jewels. But it took that person to come and chisel me out from continuing to look back in that stone position. Because in stone, you can't see nothing. And people are just passing you by. Because nobody wants to stop and help that person. It's too much work. But the truth is, it wasn't for them because they didn't have the information or the experience to get me out. So he started chiseling me out of the stone, chiseling the stone away from the diamond in the rough. And as he started giving and feeding, I was able to help him chisel me out, to help myself and allow the diamond to shine. And I made a video on YouTube. I was talking about families and headship. A lot of us take that wrong because what I was saying is that there's God, there's the husband, the wife, the children. Now, what people don't understand is that each one of those people have their relationship with Yah. But they also have an obligation to the head of the household The woman has an obligation to the man, the children has an obligation to their parents, and they all have an obligation to the Lord, and the man has an obligation. But a lot of people don't believe in that, but it's true.
Yeah.
I don't care who you love or what religion you're in. I don't care if it's 2 men, 2 women. I don't care what it is. There's still someone that's a higher authority or higher in the household, the one who makes the decisions. Always. I don't care. I've seen it. If you don't have that in your relationship, there will be chaos. And your relationship will not last. It just will not. I've experienced it before my husband. There is not one man besides him that could ever tell me what to do. And I know all these women in here have experienced it.
Yes.
I wish he would. In my video, the first thing I said when people see it, I show family members. When it comes to all he asks is for a woman to listen to him and do what they say, they say, excuse me? Ain't no man gonna tell me what to do, girl. That's why you don't have one. Okay? Oh, something, submit. He better submit to me. That's why you don't have one. See, people take those words and they twist them. My cousin said, and she's very sharp, but then at the same time, a little dumb. Because she said, ain't no man gonna tell me to go sit down over there and shut up. I said, who said that? Who said somebody was gonna tell you to go sit down and shut up? Nobody said nothing about that. But as I explained that, of course, you're not going to just give that to anybody. Not any male just deserves that. A man deserves that, right?
That's right. Break down the difference.
Right. A man deserves that. So in your life, in my relationship, I realized that it does work. There is order.
Right.
And where there's order, there's just order. And where there's no order, there's chaos. Right? And I'm not going to take up too much time anymore because that subject goes into a lot of things. I know a lot of people, they don't like to hear about order. Our women have been raised as, as a matter of fact, they need to let me talk. I need to be heard. But ladies, let me tell you something. That is trauma speaking. It's trauma.
In a relationship.
Yes. No relationship. No headship. No anything in the relationship. And so I urge you guys one day, and I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna stop here. But when I did that video, again, I was speaking to a remnant because I don't care about the comments. Because I know who I'm speaking to. I know what's needed in our black families. So, I really don't care. But a lady came to me. We were doing a press conference for one of the families. And a lady from the media came to me. She was an Asian lady. And she said, Doug, oh my gosh. She said, I so appreciate you and your husband. I appreciate you so much. And I said, oh, thank you. She said, no, you don't understand. She said, you just don't understand how much you helped me. She said, me and my husband were about to divorce. And then I saw your video. And at first I was like, yeah, she's crazy, whatever. But she really didn't want a divorce from her husband. Women always really want to find a way because women are masters at trying to make nothing something. They'll try to make another relationship something for like 20 years, and at the end be like, I don't know what else to do. I can't, leave them, right? Why are you still there? So she said, Doug, I watched the video with you and your husband. She said, I was that woman that you're talking about. And she said, you know what I did? I went and I implemented what you were talking about in that video. And do you know me and my husband are not divorcing? She said, it works. And she said, do you want to know another thing? She said, he is changing how he used to be. And he's being different because I'm different. He's actually responding to what I'm doing. And it wasn't nothing great. It was just being the wife that we were meant to be. Instead of saying, I'll be this if you're that, she just maintained being who she was supposed to be. And she got that beautiful response from him. And they're not divorcing. And I thought that was so beautiful. Because I didn't know that, you just don't know who you will reach with that information. Right? So ladies and men, thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming out.